Hello, Parklis here, and welcome to today's tutorial on, you guessed it, blood magic. We'll be looking at version 1.3.3, and in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to go from a level 1 blood altar to starting your level 2, and I will show you the different items and things that you can do with it. So, without further ado, let's begin. Blood magic is a mod centered around the manipulation of blood or life essence. Life essence is known as LP. You can use it to fuel several things within the mod itself, ranging from armor to a bunch of different growth, bunch of different rituals, and you could even summon a meteor and demons. So it has its own unique spell and alchemy system. You can pretty much do anything in it. Should you be looking into Thaumcraft, it does tie directly into Thaumcraft. I will not be doing a Thaumcraft tutorial in this set of videos, but there will be one coming out in the future. In order to begin blood magic, I do recommend that you have a few valuable minerals laying around. The first block we're going to create is the blood altar right here, and it's used for creating a large amount of the items needed to go through the mod. You do want to put this in a safe place, as you will not be capable of too much fighting when you begin work. So let me show you how to do this. Blood altar looks like this, and it is used with 4 pieces of stone, 1 furnace, 2 gold ingots, and a diamond. Let's just make one right here. And this is what it looks like. Now, when I set mine up, I usually like to put it at least 2 off the ground. That way things can't come up and attack you. I also like to have a wall around it, just in case any skeletons or other monsters that like to shoot at your face can't hit you, because when you do start doing blood magic, you're going to get pretty low on health, and unless you are in creative or have some sort of very fast regeneration, you're going to be pretty low on health most of the time. So you can do it indoors if you want, you can do it underground, you can do it all the way up in the sky, however you want. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to leave this as is since we're in creative. Excuse me. So now that we're done with that, we need a way to get blood into the altar for manipulation. So what we're going to do is craft a sacrificial knife. And this is how we craft the sacrificial knife. I have it shown right here. We have 5 pieces of glass, 1 gold ingot, and 1 iron ingot. And we'll craft one right here. And that's your sacrificial knife. So it doesn't do pretty much any basic damage, but if you right click, you'll notice that a little effect happens and a little sound. That's how you know that you are losing life to it. So let me go into survival, and you'll see, watch my hearts right here. Every single time you right click, you're going to lose 1 heart, but that will store 200 life points to the altar, and I will show you what that looks like here. Let's go back into Creative Plus. Alright. So if you're near your altar, actually you can be pretty far away, but you right click and look, it just puts the life right in there. Excuse me. Let's put some more. There we go. So now you'll see that it's slowly draining. It has a maximum capacity of 10,000, and we'll get to viewing that here in just a moment. Excuse me. So you found a new way to generate life points, but you kind of want to store it other than in your altar, because as you saw, that's just going to keep draining. So that brings us to the next one, the weak Blood Orb. The weak Blood Orb does cost 2,000 life points, but it holds 5,000 in itself. So to create it, you're going to need, not 7, you're going to need 1 diamond, plus you put that in your blood altar, and you're going to get a weak Blood Orb. So let me show you how that works. So we'll go over to our altar right here. You're going to right click the diamond inside the altar, and as I said before, each heart gives you 200 life points, and we need 2,000. So let's do this 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now as you watch, see these little blood animation, these little swirls? That's how you know that your altar is doing something. So we have to wait for this blood to finish up, and you will see this turn into a weak life orb. And this is how you can start storing blood for other things. Once this is made, you're gonna have to right click it by holding it in your hand to bind it to you, and this is going to bind to your own personal network, your life network. Let's put a couple more in there. Let's just fill it up, just for good measure, because that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. There we go. So let's right click. If you hear that little tss, that's how you know it's bound to you. You can also look at it. It is now current owner Parklis. So you can start either right clicking to donate to your life pool, or you can just put it in the altar here. And you'll notice the little red swirls. That's how you know that it's draining from your pool and filling into your life points. But you might be wondering, well, how do I know exactly how many life points I have? Well, that's where this next one comes into play. We're going to be making this Divination Sigil. Not exactly the same one that you divide by 0 with, but getting kind of close. First thing you're going to need to do is get a blank slate. To make a blank slate, you put a piece of stone inside your blood altar with 1,000 life points, and that makes the blank slate. So let me go ahead over to this little guy right here, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Just like with the diamond, you put it in your hand, right click, put it in your altar. Let's fill this up, and we're going to wait for this to become a blank slate after it absorbs 1,000 life points, which can take a little bit of time. There we go. So once we take that, we're going to bring this over here, and it requires a weak blood orb, your blank slate, and 7 pieces of glass, and it'll give you Divination Sigil. Let's put that back there. Now with the Divination Sigil, you can right click on yourself, and if you look in the bottom corner here in chat, it says that I currently have 1,146 life points in my blood network, and up here you'll see a little gauge up in this top left. This is how much you can store based on the blood orb that you currently have available. Now if you look with it in your hand, your blood altar has, well, my blood altar has 4,434 current life points. It can hold up to 1,000. If you can't see that, just right click the altar. It'll show you down in chat as well. Altar's current essence, 4,434 life points. It is a tier 1, and it can hold up to 10,000. So now that we have the Divination Sigil and we can see our own life points, there's also a couple other sigils I wanted to look at, and that's right in here. We have a water sigil. Now what the water sigil does is it gives you infinite water sources, and the way you make that is with 7 water buckets, just like a pair of pants. You have another blank slate, and you just put your weak blood orb here. So let's take this out. If you notice, it took the buckets, it took the sigil, but it kept the weak blood orb because I only had 2 in here. It doesn't use your blood orb, so don't worry about if your blood orb is going to be lost, because these things, you keep your blood orb. Now with this water sigil, just like I said before, let's go over here. It just makes infinite sources of water, but it does cost blood from your network. So don't just go off making thousands of water sources, especially at level 1, because it's not going to end well. By the way, if you do run out of blood in your network, you will die, so make sure you keep up with that. The next one is the lava sigil. Now to make a lava sigil, you're going to need this thing known as a lava crystal. The lava crystal is kind of expensive. You need 2 pieces of glass, 3 buckets of lava, 2 pieces of obsidian, and 1 diamond, just to make one little lava crystal. Now when you make it, it does use up the lava, but it does not take the buckets, so you get to keep your buckets, which is really cool, because some things do take buckets, and for anyone who does survival, iron can be kind of a pain sometimes. So now to make the sigil, you just go to your crafting table. You're going to need magma cream and even more buckets of lava. So if you haven't been to the nether yet, you might want to hold off on the lava sigil. It does make infinite lava sources, again at a cost of life points. But you're going to need 6 buckets of lava, 1 magma cream, that lava crystal that you made, and another blank slate. Let me just start out by saying you're going to need a lot of basic stone in blood magic, so make sure you have a nice way to cook your cobblestone, or if you have a cobble generator, that's another way to get a lot of stone, but you are going to be using a lot of stone in this mod. And I have it put here the life points per uses of the sigils. Let's go ahead and make that sigil real quick. The water uses only 100 life points, as you'll see. I have 746. And let's break this, and now I'll use that, 646. And with the lava is 1,000. So I won't be able to do this, or it'll kill me. Oh, I will. Whoops. Okay, probably because I'm in creative. But it does take 1,000 life just to use the sigil. Let's see if that'll work this time for me. So I'm at 2246. Yeah, 1246. If you are in survival, you want to make sure you have the 1,000 life points. Now, something really cool about this lava crystal is that it can actually be used as coal. Excuse me. So there we go. So it'll smelt anything at a cost of 25 life points per smelt. So it can be used as a fuel source if you're pretty much don't feel like mining coal, you don't have a lava pump or a lava tank, that kind of stuff, but you have a easy way to get life. Yes, it can be a little expensive with the glass and the lava buckets and the obsidian and the diamond, but it's a never-ending coal source. So let's go ahead and get some cobble real quick. And we'll just start cooking this away. So let's fill up on life. There we go. And this will just start cooking away on its own. And we won't even have to worry about it. So those are just a couple of the sigils. There are more, but you can't really do them until you get a better tier altar. So now that we have this lava crystal, let's start actually making the level 2 altar, because a level 1 altar can't do too much. To make a level 2 altar, you're going to have to start out by making blood runes. Now, blood runes are used to go around your altar, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And runes are the only way to advance your altar to the next tier. So to make a tier 2, you're going to need 8 blood runes. To make 1, you need 6 stone, 3 on top, 3 on bottom, 2 more blank slates, so that's more stone. Remember how to make the blank slate is you put the stone in the altar and put 1,000 life points for that. And then just put your weak blood orb in the middle and you will make 1 blood rune. Now, it's not going to do anything, it's just going to allow you to level up your altar. There are runes that do have added bonuses, and we'll get to those in later tutorials. But this speed rune can also be used. What the speed rune does, it increases 20% of production speed around your altar. This one's not as difficult to make, but it does require a blood rune. So if you're kind of low on resources, you might not want to make them. So you need 1 blood rune. You're going to need 4 more pieces of stone, 2 pieces of sugar, and 2 blank slates to make your speed rune. So let's show you how to make your level 2 altar. So go ahead and get your blood runes, which I have set up here, and you're going to make, just like you're making a furnace or a chest, you just bring it around your altar here. Let me show you right here. My altar is a tier 1, so as soon as you place your blood runes around your altar, you're going to need 8 in total. It'll level up to a level 2. You won't get any notification. The only way you can do is by checking your altar, and if you look in that little box it shows tier 2, or you can right click your Divination Sigil on the altar, and as you see down here in the corner, it is a tier 2. It can still only hold 10,000 life points, but we can start doing a lot cooler stuff, and we'll get to that in another tutorial. And I wanted to thank all you guys for checking out Blood Magic tier 1 to tier 2 altar. Stay tuned for the next one on how to go from a tier 2 to a tier 3 and all the cool stuff you can do. Peace out for now, guys.